All right, and this question is from Harry Atomic YT. With the launch of Epic Games Store, do you think this could lead to oversaturation of the digital games market, or will the competition prove to be good for digital storefronts overall?
And this was asked by Harry Atomic, who actually is a YouTuber a little bit and also edits the podcast. Kieran. Thanks, Kieran.
Thanks, bud.
Out in Ireland. So, we had for a long time one major digital marketplace for games for the past, like almost 10 years? Steam has been?
Yeah, it feels like longer than that, but yes.
So, Steam has done very well. They've had a near monopoly on things. For better, for worse. It's always worse. And with capitalism, for a monopoly, you want competition. I'm going to when it launched. So, now we have competitors coming.
We got GOG. We've got what EA's is Origin, I think. Although I don't
you don't
know.
hear enough of
I don't think...
GOG mainly deals with older classic games, so not necessarily
Sure.
newer ones. So they might have some new ones, but it's usually stuff that's been out at least 7, 8, 9, 10 years, and then going back to like the 80s.
Discord's had a marketplace now since October.
Discord has started. So Epic Games, who doesn't have time to do Unreal Tournament, by the way, but they have time to start a new digital marketplace. They officially canceled the development of the new one. They officially, quietly in early December, said, yeah, we're not doing this anymore. Even though we've been working on the alpha version for like 2 years, two
I'm
and a half
sorry,
years.
Pat.
We need to bring that up. Sorry, I'm going off a tangent. During the Fortnite dance lawsuit thing, guess where they originally had all those nice emotes? Guess where you had a lot of different emotes in games. In a game called Unreal Tournament, you had a bunch of emotes. When you won a match, you had 3 or 4 dances you did, and you could chain them together. That's the fucking thanks we get as the hardcore Unreal Tournament fans. Fortnite, you made Epic, you made $1 billion off these dances. You can't throw up Unreal Tournament. Can 1 week go by where you can't just jam?
You can't even get the words out of your mouth.
No,
You're
I can't.
so angry.
You jingle balls up my butt is what this feels like right now.
Oh, boy.
The holiday season.
All right.
That's what you're doing. Anyway, Epic. So Epic is doing a game store now.
Uh-huh.
Where they're doing, instead of, usually the traditional split for a digital marketplace, going back to, I guess Apple established it with the iTunes and their store, and then Google Play Store.
70-30.
70-30. So the publisher keeps 70, the storefront gets 30. I don't know why that is. That always seemed a little steep to me. I always thought like 80-20 would have been a little bit more fair. So Steam has done 70-30, up to 30. I think it's near 30 for most of their games. Epic comes along and says, you know what? That's bullshit. And plus, we have so much money from a game called Fortnite. We're gonna do 12% only. We're gonna keep 88%. So that coupled with them announcing that Super Meat Boy Forever is going to launch and be exclusive for a year digitally on Epic Game Store. That's pretty good.
Yeah,
that's going to attract publishers because they're going to be like, oh my god, we're going to be doing the pat math. We'll be making let's see, if you go from 70 to almost 90, 20 divided by 70, that's like 30% more money back in your pocket that you're getting.
And then I think in
right?
response to that, or at least at the same time, Discord said that starting in 2019, their split is going to be 90-10.
Wow. So see what happens? More competition.
I'm right about that, right?
They did.
Okay,
90-10. That cut's going to start in 2019. They're going to drop whatever they're doing. I don't know what they're taking right now, but so you have more competition. By the way, you earn 28.5% more than. So my pat math was right.
Ooh.
If you go from 70 to 90%, so that's a lot of money. That's a ton.
So to directly answer the question, I think the oversaturate. I think there is an oversaturation of digital game storefronts. It's hard to keep track of it or to know where to go. But I think the competition's obviously very good.
Yes,
I mean, it's very, very good. And I think that competition will. I think the oversaturation in time will honestly, it's gonna narrow back down because as these publishers realize that, okay, well, this storefront is going to be the better storefront from us, I feel like you may find people grouping more towards one again.
I don't know. Because publishers, they're going to be jockeying for position. So now Steam's going to have to respond at some point.
No,
and
you're
say,
right. It's not like Steam's just going to stay with 30. Yeah.
Yeah, if I'm a big publisher, I can say, well, Epic's offered me 10%. and we're still at 30 and I got a huge game, I know how much money we're going to make. I can just
Sure.
go exclusive to them, or you give me a discount.
It'll be good for shoppers too. I mean,
There'll be more sales.
It'll finally give us the ability to truly shop around.
Yes. And that's the good news. If the publishers make more, when a game goes on sale, the publisher will still make more money.
Right.
So everyone will win in that scenario.
Yeah.
The middleman is the
Absolutely.
only, in this scenario, the middleman is the only person that loses.
Yeah.
But they're the least important one in this equation. They're just putting up a digital storefront. And even Discord even said, like, it doesn't cost that much to run this in the grand scheme of things. So they're basically saying, Steam, come on, guys. What are you doing here?
Well, and the people who are really going to get hurt from this are the people who I don't care about. It's people like G2G and those sites that are selling
those
all
asshole
those
sites selling the codes.
selling those fucking gray market weird codes.
Like you said, though, it might splinter if the same game comes out in 3 different marketplaces. It might splinter. Hell, though, there's a lot of games that come out on Steam and fail, though, just because of the bad timing. Just because there's so much stuff on Steam where it's like YouTube, where I think it's like 90% of indie games fail. Like it's a high percentage, or 80-something%, where it's just because there's so many that you don't know they come out, they get lost in the shuffle.
Now there's more options for them to be.
There's more promotion on multiple marketplaces.
Right.
There's more chances for partnerships. I just think capitalism, in this case, works out for everyone. And yes, the Steam will have to drop at some point. They're 30% down. They're going to have to. They just have to. Now, the one argument I said, people are saying, I don't want to deal with all these. You're going to be able to search for any game and find whatever store it's on.
Yeah.
Whether it's on 1, 2, or now 3.
Yeah.
I don't hear anything about the EA Origins. I don't know what.
No, I'm not even sure it's still around. I just brought it up because I know it was
a big thing at some point.
It's a thing
They
at
tried
some
it.
point.
So, the worst case scenario is this. You're going to have, not including good old games, which is mostly older games, you're going to have 3 different launchers, potentially, if you're shopping around. That to me is not a huge deal.
No.
I mean, I come from back in my day, 80s and 90s, besides DOS prompts, you just clicked on, individual game icons that, you made a little shortcut folder, you made like a folder with your game. You're going to have 3 different. No, there's still, even with Steam, there's still individual game launchers. So you're not like losing time. Yeah, you're not gonna be able to easily go on your one Steam and say, I have these 50 games. You're gonna have to have 3 websites.
Folks, we're talking about an additional minute.
Yes, this is first world digital game problems we're talking about. You're gonna win. You're gonna get more. Potentially, you're gonna get more sales. The publisher's gonna make more money. You're gonna probably be able to discover more deals between all 3 going on because they'll be competing with each other. And Steam sales will probably happen more often too. There. Okay.